Red Pill Productions. No. Fuck about nothing. Yeah. Shitty fucking mood.
Right.
But we're good. This is the waiting room. I'm Dre. Y'all introduce yourself.
This motherfucker here.
We've been doing this
all
for
right,
too long.
Curtis made it, y'all. Let's get it.
It's always you, and then me. Hi guys, it's K1A.
I want to go in order, but you know.
Fine, you guys want to redo it again and force them to watch it?
No.
All right, well then let's keep it pushing.
We don't do that on Red Pill Productions.
All right, what's wrong with you? Okay, let me get fucked about shit.
Oh my god, so I'm like sandwiched in between two angry, people today. We'll see how well this works out. I feel like I'm about to touch some feelings, so we'll see.
Touch some feelings.
Y'all seem touched today.
Oh, okay.
I'm triggered.
Oh my
You said
bad.
triggered,
Touched and
okay.
triggered. So touch triggered. Did triggered? Touch triggered?
We touched the trigger and we killed the nigga. No.
Thank you. Okay.
I guess it's a perfect episode for it. It's called Pain. Keep it going.
Alright, so you gonna start this off?
I guess. Let me see where we're gonna start at. Which one I want to start at? Well, you said something about triggered. So one of my problems are once I'm triggered, I lose all feeling for most people.
And why is that?
Cause
Is this like
I'm just
forever?
a horrible person.
Like forever?
It depends on what you did, who you are.
So it's subjective.
Yes.
I guess that's fair.
If it was a coworker, it literally could be forever. Like, nigga, don't you ever talk to me.
See, I was thinking subjective based upon like the subject matter of what they did.
I mean,
necessarily who they are.
talking shit, it don't matter. It depends on what it is, but most talking shit, it'll just be like, nigga, just don't speak to me for a week, you be alright.
Do you make them aware of the timeline in which they can't
Oh
speak
no, my nigga, I keep it walking. Like, I'll look you up and like, hey, can you help? Nah, nigga.
I'm dead.
Keep
Well,
pushing, bro. Remember what you said last Friday? Keep that same energy, bitch.
I haven't used that term in forever. Keep the same energy.
Everybody using Charlamagne shit?
Hey, I had a couple old niggas on my job. The nigga, he looked me dead in my face and he was like, no, not to talk to that nigga no more.
Pretty much.
He talked to me for like a week, and he was like, he looked at me and was like, hey, this customer needs some help. Yeah, bitch, you better find an excuse to say something to me.
I bet you do. Well, me personally, I can kind of agree with that because without naming names, I've cut off quite a few people like indefinitely where it's like, you could change and be a whole person for the better. God himself could come down from heaven and be like, he's changed, I fixed them, and I'd still be like, nah fam, I'm good.
Oh no, mine is like unhealthy. Like, you could die. I'm like, damn.
Oh, see, that's kind of where I draw
Damn,
the
it's
line.
tough luck.
I used to be that way, but then I was like, people will be people and they will do what they do and you can't change that. So I'm just like, as long as you're not in my life, I'm cool with it because what you do doesn't affect me, and that's all that matters.
That's why it's a problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very.
That doesn't sound like triggering. That sounds like some deep-rooted like anger and hatred. Hate is such a strong
Everybody
word to
has
use.
a dark side, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just mine shines bright sometimes.
I think yours is just sporadic. Like, you get mad. Based on what you're saying, it's like you get mad and then you just stay mad and then something might happen, you be cool.
Yeah.
But like when you mad as fuck. And then like when you cool, you like, alright, I'm sorry I stabbed you 8 times. But we good though. Yeah.
Shake up, we're okay?
You know what I'm
No?
saying?
Oh,
Need
okay.
Band-Aid? I read that. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So, like, I used to be that way. Like, I used to be, like, angry as fuck. And, like, if I get angry, like, that Libra side, that scale tips, it's over. So, it's like, I had to learn, like, what's worth my anger and what's worth my time.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's when I was like, all right, I shouldn't be too angry at this because it's not that serious.
Right.
But if it is a serious situation and I get triggered, like I said when we opened up the show, trigger, nigga, gone, bang, bang, out of here, you dead, maybe, I don't know, snap to me.
I'm done. Okay.
So-
And we will see you guys the week. No, I'm just kidding.
Allegedly.
Yeah, cause like with y'all it's hard for me to be mad at y'all niggas. It'll be like 5 minutes, like what the fuck?
Lies.
And I'll be
Lies.
no, not nay.
Maybe not for him, but for me, oh, you did me dirty.
Me currently.
Dirty.
Dirty. I could be mad at you for I think the longest I've ever been mad at you currently and me being
Like 6 months.
Me being who I am right now.
I'm talking in general. What's the longest?
Maybe a week. No, because I don't think I was mad at you that time. No, I think it was like a year. It was a year. We went a whole year without talking to each other. Part of that was your fault.
Thank you. I just wanted honesty. That's all I care.
Part of that
Then
was
nobody asked what
your
his fault
fault.
was. I just wanted to know how long it was. You're the one that brought it up, so therefore they think it's your fault.
I don't give a damn. I'll live with it.
F-A-U-L-T. Yours.
I don't even think I've ever been mad at Dre. I've been confused, like, nigga, what? But it's probably been like no more than probably 15 minutes.
See, so he gets 15 minutes and I get a year. See, black women are just like on the bottom cusp of. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You take this. But you've been here longer. You have more time for me to be mad at you. He's been.
So because I've been in your life longer means I deserve it.
Yes.
See, look at this. This is so beautiful. While we sit here and solve our problems, derailing from the subject matter at hand.
This is what this episode
We have to
is
solve
about.
this. This is psychotherapy, psychology. Okay. Anyway.
They know I'm crazy. They don't need to. They don't need a reintroduction to who I am.
Well. The music that you hear is courtesy of Red Pill Productions.
Red pilling for life. I'm tired.
Dead. Oh my god.
Tired.
Man.
Y'all killed me.
All right, fam. So what is one of your problems?
If you don't have one, I will most certainly go.
Let me think. What can I say on camera? You know, I hate the politics of the workplace. That's what I hate.
And by that, like, be specific.
Like, if somebody is messing up the whole team and I gotta cover for said person, but y'all want me to continue to keep producing the same way I do,
Say it again, nigga.
but y'all want that person to, you know, still be lackadaisical, I'm kind of looking at it like...
You can't be mad if I whoop their ass.
You can't be mad if I just say fuck it and just do what I do. And can you do the best you can? Yeah, I can.
Yep.
I'll do the bare minimum. So, you know, that's my problem because I allegedly have a situation going on and, you know, I got to cover for somebody else and I'm doing a person and a half's worth of work, but I'm only getting a person's pay. So I don't like that. That's the problem I'm having right now because it causes me stress because I got to deal with the people I deal with my job. So basically it's like I'm tired of covering and carrying, you know, somebody for what they do at work. So I'm irritated by that. It is what it is. I've voiced my opinion to my manager and my supervisor because, you know, I ain't got time for that shit.
You in the same world I am right now.
Might have used a little language that wasn't, you know, professional.
But I'm out here Pacific.
Maybe.
So.
Maybe.
Are you still employed?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then it wasn't all that bad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they get
But
it.
he be being nice to them though, low key.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do, bro.
No, I don't.
Compared to what I be telling you, I be saying to these supervisors, you be nice to them.
Well, you know, it's you know, I got to play the game.
He's like,
Exactly. I was about to say,
I
yeah.
got to play the pay. Or what is it? Pay to play.
Pay to play.
Yeah,
Pay to play.
Gotta do that.
The fake decorum must be followed in order to ensure one's job is still there the next day upon arrival.
I'll be telling them, look at me.
I
I'm the
gotta
captain.
act really clear when I'm at work.
Not really clear. I'm dead.
Dealing with the clears.
Not the clears. We being sensitive to them now.
I love everybody.
I love everybody. You a good one. You're better than me, Dre.
I have a hope. Well, never mind.
What, Rolodex?
Oh my
But-
God. You
Okay, well, one of mine, just add like a transition there. One of mine is when people, not specifically men or women, just generally speaking, do not take accountability for the things that they say or the actions that they do and how it can impact somebody. And then when they eventually do figure it out because they act like everything's fine and the person that is impacted brings it up to them, they're like, what did I do? Me? Never. Or they just act like it's whatever and you shouldn't feel that way because they themselves don't have feelings or they don't let things get to them or act like they don't. So they think that everyone else in the world is like them and everyone's different. That's what makes the world diverse. And you need to fix yourself.
I
I'm talking to someone in particular, sorry, but
I have persistent niggas do that. Women, y'all just like.
and see, it is a guy, but the thing is, it's not just y'all. Cause like I have girlfriends that do the same thing. I'm talking in particular about a man, but I mean, I was speaking generally because a lot of people I know do that. So.
I know a few dudes that are just like they act oblivious, like they didn't say nothing wrong. And women, they just get mad, period, to call them out.
I think when men do it, it kind of feeds into the accountability aspect because it's like for them to acknowledge it means that they have to understand that they're doing it. And for them to understand they're doing it means that they need to find a way to stop doing it. And they ain't ready for all that.
Right.
True. I can see that.
I think I just spoke a word.
Uh-oh. Look at you.
Just saying. But yeah, that's like the issue. Right. Not more of a word, but like shots fired. Sure. But that's the problem that I have because it's like I actually almost went off on somebody, I want to say this past weekend. And it was simply because they have the tendency, they are prone to always saying things and making me feel some type of way. And then when I bring it to their attention and they're like, communicate when you feel some type of way. Don't keep it bottled in. When I do, you act like I'm not saying anything to you, or it's just like wah. Like understand what I'm saying, or we're gonna have a problem. So don't act like you care, but then when I actually try to take the approach and make you like aware of what you're doing, you act like you didn't do it, or you have no idea what's going on. That irks the piss out of me.
He's a Baki boy. He's a Baki boy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it annoys the crap out of me. Like a perfect example. When Nipsey Hussle passed away, God rest his soul, because I'm still not over that. I don't really accept that to be true. Like, I don't know what we're talking about truly, but back to the point. So, like, they run a group chat, and apparently they had said something that just rubbed his friends the wrong way, and they popped off on him in the group chat, which resulted in him calling me. Exactly. So he called me and was like, what did I do? So he read the whole duration of the conversation, what he said that triggered everybody, and what they responded with, which was the pop-off. And then I had to sit there and coach him through how that can impact people based on how Nipsey might have affected them all in good ways. And this man hadn't been like on a slab for more than an hour. And it was like, that's why. But it really took me having to sit there and discuss it with you for you to figure out, like,
you're a really good friend. I'll just say that.
It's like it really took me. It took a phone call, like for me to discuss and tell you to put your shoe on the other foot and just consider, like, remotely sympathize with where they're coming from. And when I explained it, he was like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense," but it shouldn't have taken all that. That's just the point I'm getting at. So he had to go back and apologize, and thankfully they accepted him back into the fold. But you could have been a whole outcast out here, so you're welcome.
Yeah,
but just take accountability for the things that you do and how what you say and do might affect people. Like, that is a gripe that I have, like, generally speaking, with everybody.
Cause I do. Cause that's why I think it's easy for me to take accountability with a lot of stuff. Cause I look at it in my own life. Cause just like with your situation, he could have easily been like, what if somebody said this about my cousin?
And you see how easy that was? Like, we literally came to that in like 10 seconds. Why can't he do that? Or people do that?
A lot of people aren't in tune with how impactful they are with their words or what they say.
Yes.
They just go around saying shit and they don't really like look at the effect that they have on people. So it's like a lot of people are oblivious to shit because they don't realize, they don't take other people's, you know, feelings or anything into consideration, because a lot of people selfish out here. Like, a lot of people only think about how it affects them, how it makes them feel, and they don't even know how that is, because they don't even know how they really feel.
Exactly.
People fucked up out here. So a lot of people just not in tune with themselves. A lot of people need therapy. They need Jesus. So, like,
I low-key want to go, but I don't.
The therapy?
Yeah.
See, it's not that I don't believe in it. I just feel like, one, I'm broke, and two, I'd rather write down. I type faster than I write, and I don't feel comfortable sharing with people. Like, I feel like my friends are my therapist, and even then I pick and choose, like, accordingly what I want to talk about.
That's like,
but
I
just type the rest down, like, on a paper, and then I can just, like, revisit it in the past, like, 5 years later, and be like, that's what I was concerned about? That's hilarious. And then just, like, let it be what it is.
Young Jeezy said the greatest thing ever. He said, somebody get me a shrink. Until then, I'm going to fix me a drink. That's how I feel.
Cause it's in the sense of
Exactly how I feel, bro.
we all friends. I'm saying I'm not big on sugarcoating, but
In the club, we all fam.
Rock in bed.
But it's just like sometimes you want like an unbiased opinion.
That is very true too. But I feel like sometimes I understand it kind of works both ways, because it's like your friends, some of them will sugarcoat things and some of them will tell you exactly what the truth is because they know you so well. Whereas like a therapist would probably, I don't know. I feel like they're paid to give that like opinion of greatness because I have a PhD.
I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Okay, well.
Nigga, I don't know you.
Another one of mine, though, but true, I just thought about this one, is lack of communication. And I think it kind of works both ways, only because it can prevent a lot of bad things from happening or occurring, but it can also progress good things forward if you just open your mouth and say something, you know?
That's crazy.
I was thinking about that when we were talking about the therapist. Not that it has anything, it's not like correlated or anything. I was just like, that's a good one.
I mean,
Right.
People just don't know how to communicate. Period.
I think it goes back to what you said about people just being selfish. Like, they want to just live to be upset. And it's like, I was told over the weekend when I like was angry, because I'm always upset about something. It takes a lot of energy to be angry. And it is so true. It really does. But it costs like nothing, and it takes the least amount of energy to be happy. And I'm kind of like owning up to that now, because like when I'm annoyed, my head starts to hurt, and I have to like make sure that my face is like the perfect amount of like angry, so people can be like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. And like it's it takes a lot of like supervision to make sure that you stay in piss mode, and I'm like starting to understand that now, because I'm like a whole 25 out here. Like, I need to like pick and choose my anger accordingly. So I'm just like,
Come on now.
I'm just saying.
I'm to the point, if it's not life or death, I'm not mad about it no more.
Do you know those like stupid memes that you see like on Facebook and Instagram? It'll be like, if you wouldn't spend if it wouldn't matter 5 years from now, then don't waste 5 minutes. And I was like, yo, it's so corny, but it's like mad true.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like pick and choose
This is
wisely
people's
with
problem
what I
is with
choose
me,
to be upset
because
about.
I think it's like, it's so trendy to not give a fuck, but most people do.
And
I think it's because I really don't, and I show it in my face that I don't, and Dre really shows.
But see,
that
you've
he
always
don't.
been that way though. Whereas again, it's like you said, it's kind of like a trend to not care.
But I think that's what people's problem is. Cause I really have a problem with that. Like a lot, I've been told in the midst of breaking up with people, like you just don't care. I'm like, I don't.
The thing is, you might care, but not to the extent that they're happy.
Yeah.
Or right, and then maybe it could be one of those things where at that particular moment you don't, but later on when you actually had time to think about what transpired, you're like, damn, I'm actually kind of sad. Like, I might miss
So I'm gonna
her.
run this rule by y'all real quick, because apparently I think this is probably bad, but oh well. And so I keep saying that first 3 to 4 months, your job with each other, and I don't cut out the way I be saying it do sound bad.
You talking about relationship or what?
Relationship.
Okay.
Your first 3 to 4 months,
Like
you're
getting
supposed
to know them or
make-
actually solidifying being in the relationship 3 to 4 months? Because like there's the getting
Getting
to know you
each
phase
other.
and then being together for 3 to 4 months.
Getting to know each other.
Okay.
First 3 to 4 months is your job is to make me care about you. Both ways. I'm not saying me specifically. It's like me to the female and vice versa. I have to know you, and if I don't know you, what makes me care about you? Time and moments make you care about.
That
a
is
person.
true, because it's like people spell love TIME. So it's like you have to show that you're putting in the effort. Like, why do I want to be around you all the time?
Exactly.
I get it. That's actually very funny.
But then people be taking it as like, the way they be acting is like, you don't care, or this and the third. You're not like, bro, I don't know you. Why the fuck would I care? Like, they'll break up like, I don't want to do this.
Is this before or
Okay.
after you exchanged numbers? Because if you did it, then you should have known better. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
every time.
Okay.
I feel like I said, we've
there
texted,
you have
calling,
it, so.
FaceTime, and all that. But people wonder why you be so angry and don't want to really do the relationship thing. Because people think I'm supposed to care about a person within the first 3 to 4 months. Bitch, I don't know you.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like everyone's really different. Because, like, for example, it's okay. Back to those stupid memes that you see on Facebook and Instagram. It's like you can talk to someone, like you can be with someone for like 5 years and not care at all about the time that was spent because you were bored and it was just something to do. Whereas you could spend like 6 months with somebody and they can be like your everything because the quality of time spent obviously supersedes honestly, I hate to use this word, trumps, how long you were with somebody because the amount of time doesn't really matter. So I guess I'm not disagreeing, but it's like,
No, I'm not saying that because I agree with that. Like I
Right.
said, it's time. I said it's time and moments. We haven't had a moment. We can spend 5 years together, but if we have like a moment, like okay, I see why I got with you.
Right.
Then why the fuck are we here? And people keep getting mad at me for thinking like this, but
you just point at me.
oh no,
I
I didn't
was
mean.
like,
I was like,
Oh, okay.
you just made it seem like you see, like you know what?
Don't start singing. Don't start humming. We're not having another moment. No. I was just clarifying, but I get what you're saying.
They're gonna be like, oh, see, I told you they were together. No, but
secretly things. No, I'm just fine.
Nothing on all that.
I just feel like if you just don't open your mouth, again, it can make things stagnant, but it can also progress things. So it's like, what do you really want? Or it could just cease what needs to not be happening at all. Because if it's clear that you guys shouldn't be together and you're just in it because you're going through the motions, then just like be man enough or woman enough to own up to it and be like, so I'm gonna leave and like not come back because we don't need to be doing this, obviously.
Right. And while we're on this problem, which I done already fucking forgot. What was your problem again?
Well, anyway, I feel like basically I just go off anybody's energy. Like I give what I get. Like if I see that you actually care and that you actually hit me up, then I fuck with you.
Right.
And I go off the energy accordingly. I used to be the nigga that was gun-ho, just always hitting somebody up, always doing this shit.
You was on the thug shit. That's why they like thugs. Like thugs care in the beginning for whatever reason.
For the third time, Red Pill Productions.
Red Pill.
Okay, but you
need like a sign.
You back on your bullshit, so you know.
Yeah, I know, cause I had a moment. You know.
All right, and now I got a question. After you, I'm gonna let you finish.
But basically, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like, people shouldn't be mad at the energy you give them if they're not giving the same thing. Like, if you're giving
Malta, are we recording?
Definitely are.
Red Pill Productions,
They really gonna think that's a real thing too.
they don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
That's literally the tagline for it too.
Exactly. We
gonna
trademark it, or we already trademarked it, so y'all don't trademark it.
I mean, technically it is yours because you said it, and when friend posts it, it'll clearly be said already. So if someone says that after the fact, you can be like, I definitely said it before you. Show the tag date when this was posted.
Exactly.
So we win. Sorry, even now, we still won.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, cool.
I'm mad I just posted this logo and motherfuckers really congratulating me like this is a brand new company. Like we ain't been doing this shit.
For a while now.
Well, you know, they see logo, they're like, oh, you guys are official. Like,
Nah,
bitch,
nigga, we've been official since October 9th, motherfucker, 2018.
I was gonna say it like that.
At 8 a.m.
Dad.
God damn it. Indianapolis, Indiana.
I know what the fuck going on. Anyway, where we at now?
Why my daddy like shit, but he lived 15 from me and I ain't seen this nigga in like a year.
It's raining.
It
Probably.
definitely sounds like it.
Should have brought my umbrella.
Damn, see,
So
look at you
sorry.
trying to be out here being cute and shit, and then, you know, forget shit.
Somebody's gotta go get it. No, I'm just kidding.
So I put this
What
jacket
the
on.
hell? Never mind. No.
What were we talking about before?
Facebook be wildin', but
It was wasn't it marriage? And then I was gonna go somewhere with that. Oh, what was the point I was gonna make though? The story that I was gonna tell, but leave the name out of it.
Basically, I said.
I forgot.
Basically, I was saying that
Hoes
you
be
get what
tripping.
you give, and everybody, if you want somebody to call you, you should call them too. It should be like, the energy should be mutual.
Right.
right.
I kind of forgot how.
That's why I always feel like when I be seeing on Twitter, Instagram, and shit, it's like, oh, relationships only work when a nigga like you more. Nigga, no. The fuck?
You saw my face, so I was just like, "What?" I
see
was
it all
thinking
the
what
time.
you guys said. I was like, "Huh?"
It was like when a woman likes the man more, she gets hurt. But it works out when the nigga, no, bitch, I do this shit all the time.
No.
And what do I have to do? I be having to cut these motherfuckers off. Because y'all don't be trying to keep that same energy.
I don't know. You know what happens? See, you actually try to be a good guy. So you do the blue pill shit. So
Right.
you be like, oh, I'm going to be this way, and I'm going to do it the right way, blah, blah, blah. Then they be like, oh, he clingy. Oh, he this way, he that way, he cared too
He
much.
weird.
Oh,
That's it,
he
man.
weird. Oh, he called me too much. Oh, okay. That's cool. But then if I was on some other shit, then you'd be mad. Like, you don't care. And you're this. And you're that. So it's like no medium. So I don't know how to move. So that's why I said red pill.
Productions.
Did.
Yeah.
If you don't know what red pill is, look it up.
It should be like the first thing that pops up on the page. But I had a good point, but I forgot how it correlated to what you said, so I just won't say
I'm
it.
about to be real petty since you're the only woman in the room. Since we weren't really supposed to talk about relationships, but we're already here. Why do women only like like thugs? I said niggas, but that's one thing. But
All inclusive. No, I'm kidding.
I'm dead. 'Cause y'all, I don't want to hear the protection shit, okay? Because I know helly niggas that got this.
I feel like I know where you're going with
I know
this, 'cause
helly
you said
niggas that's
protection.
toting. I know hella niggas is toting, so I don't want to hear this whole. I feel protected with him. Like
I've used that excuse too, but I feel like I know where you're going.
I don't want to hear this bullshit.
What,
Niggas
I
be
need
dogging.
to hear the question though, so I can make sure I answer it accordingly.
Ooh, I did not put a timer on, so let's do this.
I just think that, you know, they go with what they're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're from a certain area and they're used to a certain nigga, or they're used to like...
I'm from the hood though.
You said you're from the hood?
But
Bro,
you're not
But
like.
you're not... You know, Andre 3000 said, ain't a hood nigga but a nigga from the hood. Mama stayed on me, so I worked out pretty good. Remember
Right.
when Andre 3000 said that?
Yeah.
That's kind of how some niggas are in the hood. Like, just because you from the hood don't mean that you a hood nigga that they look for.
I don't
Right.
feel like that's what you were gonna ask though.
That's why I was like, no, I'm saying why do y'all like that? I'm not seeing it.
Oh, so you didn't say that because
Because
you said protection as an excuse. but
No,
you
I'm
don't-
saying like why do y'all like hood niggas, and I don't want to hear protection as an excuse.
I was with him for like 5 years, and I thoroughly hated the experience.
I'm dead.
But I was also really young when I met him, so it was like I was infatuated with what he did. But at the same time, as I grew up and my friends were like, you definitely can do better. Not only that I realized that I could, but at the same time, it was like, why am I wasting my time doing this?
'Cause-
not to say that, what was the term you used, thugs?
Yep.
Not to say that they're not going anywhere in life, but the one in particular that I was talking to, like I never really felt like I was in a relationship with him. I only saw him like once a month, and even then it was like, all right, cool. So I'm pretty sure he was cheating, and I was like, whatever. But
I feel
was
like
too naive to think.
niggas try to follow the blueprint of the Jay-Z shit. Just because I'm so dope, I can be a rapper now. Like, no, stop it.
Well, see, I won't say that because I do feel like some people really do feel like that is their only option because they chose not to. I don't want to say make more of themselves because I never aim to offend anyone, but it's like if they didn't do anything else and that's all they know and it's a quick buck, then obviously if they're good at it or they think they're good at it until they get caught, they're going to continue to do it, right? Now, why that draws the attention of like hood girls, I don't know, but I can't say that I was one, but I fell into that whole schematic of like, oh, that's attractive. Now, why was it? But I'm 25 now, and the 25-year-old me would like flick the 18-year-old me upside the head and be like, the fuck are you thinking? Because it clearly, he was not trying to make an honest woman out of me. He wasn't going to get married and use the excuse of like his family and friends and their failed relationships as to why he wasn't going to take it. And it's like, why not you be the one to break the stigma? But there was just a lot of like issues, and I was like, I see that now, which is why I'm glad I'm out of that now because I'm better for it. But it's an excuse when they say
I
that.
told you some asshole shit when we was younger. I'm trying to figure out what it was.
Was it when I was
Oh,
with-
you said something about you feel like people do it because it's like, I guess it's exciting. I was like, you need to get your ass on a roller coaster.
And it's like when the officer pulls us over and then we're both going downtown, he'd be like, "So was your thrill fulfilled?" Like I don't know, but but it was like fascinating at the time. But that whole like excuse of, well, he protects me and stuff like that. It's like, girl, you need to be afraid of him and like everyone else trying to save you to get out of that relationship because the crap that he gets involved in, if you're with him, like you're done. I have a degree in this crap, so I'm just like, doesn't matter. But I fell into that whole thing, and it's like, why we use that excuse? We haven't grown up yet. That's literally all I can say is they have not grown up yet if they can say that.
Motherfuckers be 35 years old and ain't grown up.
I mean, it's real. Like
That's
real
why I
talk.
keep refusing to tell people like, oh, women grow up when they're around like 35. I'm like, no, the fuck they don't. No, the fuck they don't.
All they know is what they're exposed to.
Yeah.
That is very true.
That's why I be trying to teach them real shit and taking places, but they don't like that shit. They like
Well, that's because they're not
Cracker
exposed to
Barrel.
this motherfucker said Cracker Barrel. Oh shit.
I'm sorry. I don't know. That wasn't like wasn't a shots fired.
That was really better than what I was gonna say because I was gonna say motherfuckers are still getting fucked over at McDonald's, but okay.
Woo! I will say the small fry and the cheeseburger I had today though was excellent.
So that's all I had in there.
It was. But one, I paid for it my damn self, and two, I haven't had anything to eat all day but Starbucks, and I drank it. I didn't eat it.
I was
So
gonna say something disrespectful.
you know.
I want to keep that comment to myself.
In other news, yeah, people they're used to what they're exposed to. So if you bring if you bring anything outside the normal what they're used to, then they're gonna look at you like you're crazy.
Exactly.
I'm just a
Like-
sophisticated nigga, I guess.
I just like girls who they can do
Like
whatever.
girls.
I thought he was. I thought he was just gonna say I like girls. We're like, yep.
No, it's like,
I've
I
been
like
to
girls who
some
can
much
do
P&B rock. I'm
different
sorry.
stuff. Like I like a girl, we can go to church, we can go to club, we can go to art museum, we can go to gun range, we can go to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Yeah.
just do different shit. Like I don't.
So what are your guys' characteristics then? Like personality traits, all that kind of stuff. Like realistically speaking, since we're here right now, what do you guys look for?
Adaptability,
Yes. Adaptability.
communication.
So when you say adaptability, do you mean chemistry?
No,
It's more
adaptability
like-
is the same thing he just explained.
it's
I
more
can
like-
damn near take you anywhere and you know how to act.
So like when you put it on a resume,
Coordinated.
flexible and adaptable.
Yes.
It's like coordinated. Like if we're like at a restaurant, don't be acting crazy. Or if we're in church, don't
But if
be,
I need you to act crazy,
right. But you know, it's something like that
Act
because I don't want to embarrass you and I don't want you embarrassing me.
Right.
I don't want to bring you to a function with my friends and everybody's looking like your girl fucking crazy. And it's like I gotta then double back and talk to you, and then I gotta be like, "Hey, that was crazy."
And then you got to do it when you get home because you better defend her and probably
Right.
be like, "That's just how she is, bruh." And then when you get home, what's that? Well,
But
don't
at
hit
the
her.
same
Don't
time-
hit her. That was not a hit. I was just saying emphasis on what was that? Don't hit her.
but at the same time, you don't want to take her to the club or take her to the club or a party and she just standing still. I'm like, damn, my nigga, have some fun.
She's
shit.
drinking water. Like,
She's drinking
That's me.
water.
That is me. That's me. So what else do you guys look for? I'm like genuinely curious since we're on the topic. Like
I mean, you could.
the list doesn't have to be the same. Like seriously, just blurt it out.
I like a girl who's considerate, understanding of like
Knows
situations.
how to communicate.
Like,
If you don't know how to communicate, knows how to ask questions to keep the conversation going.
Like-
Because what you showed me before we started taping, bruh, that girl does not know how to communicate.
that's what I was kind of like. Well, damn. And it is. Well, I ain't gonna say too much because you know. She,
Yeah, don't.
She, yeah, she might.
You said him in limbo. He's in limbo right now.
Right.
I don't know where I'm at.
I don't know what's going on. I'm in the
Exactly.
matrix. I'm red pilling right now.
He's
But basically, yeah, just considerate, understanding, funny. Like if you're not funny, like
Keep going.
I
I'm
can't-
curious. What else?
I can't deal if you're not funny because
he dropped
Because
the boat right
you're funny.
people say I'm hilarious.
You
like she
are.
just said. So if you can't make me laugh, then there's no point in us doing this
She
shit.
gotta be funny because
Like
I'm not
you gotta
funny.
you gotta make me like die laughing. Like I gotta be like my
yeah.
girl's fucking fried.
See, my jokes make too much sense to be funny because I'm always like a logical type of person.
My shit's left field, and I catch everybody. by
You're the
surprise.
one semi-logical female. I'm dead.
Like my jokes always make too much sense to be funny, so unfortunately, yeah.
It's like he was wearing blue because it was blue, right? He's like, what?
He was wearing blue, and I just remember that's the color of the sky.
I'm like,
And I'm like the only one that's laughing. What about you?
I'm not in the zone right now. Y'all be getting my goddamn nerves.
So what? You're like Gray Pill Productions, like?
Nah, I'm
Like a girl
fuck
who,
this relationship shit. Those
like a girl who can, you know,
understand what the fuck going on.
she can convey
Around
how
her.
she feels, and then she doesn't
Communication.
overreact.
Words mean things. Use them.
Exactly. Don't be
So
having people
communication.
looking like me and stuff. Who the
Shout
hell?
out to Kid Fury. Literally,
Yeah.
words
She
mean
said
things.
words mean things.
They have a shirt, and I'm contemplating buying it. They have two shirts.
Be
Break up with
accountable.
them and words mean things.
Be
I want them
accountable of yourself.
both. I want them both.
Uh-oh.
That's
Oh,
not,
see, I don't know who that is. Tell me when we're done filming.
that's not her.
Okay.
You know, that's
Being a thought.
red pill.
Be accountable and don't be mad if I bring it up to you because I want you to do the same for me.
Very true. Ooh, that's a good one.
'Cause I don't care about nobody who like, hey, what you said was fucked up. I'm like, okay, my bad. Like, explain, but my fault.
Yes.
I can say some fucked up shit because I'm like, I know how I feel, but it might hurt somebody's feelings. You know, I don't really have those, so I need people to explain that to me.
I'll be trying.
He said, I'll be trying. He be
I
telling
should
me.
actually like bring a list to like next taping. Cause you know, other best friend and I, we updated our lists.
For what you need in a man?
Well, okay, not need, but would prefer.
Okay, so
What we
let-
would like to see.
Oh, this
So
is
what do you
these are
prefer for a
needs for
man?
me. I'm sorry.
Oh, well then we updated our list. Okay, I'll call it. Fine, we updated our list of needs too.
Okay, so what do you?
We're bringing a list of
Your
requirements for
wants
men
and
to.
needs in a man.
I would rather have my list together. Cause I don't want to say it now and then forget
Just
something.
rattle
and
off
wanna-
like 3 right now.
Just your top 3 or 4.
Top. Well, it ain't gotta be top. Just 3 because you know you're very specific. So
I am.
I didn't do it. Fuck. He's gotta be black. He gotta like women, and he's never mind. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
put
see, I
information
didn't
like
think we
that.
were getting that specific.
Oh no,
Okay.
I was gonna choose. for
In
you.
no particular order, or like
Shot
for no
clock was
particular.
fair,
Well, I mean, I have a reason because it's my preference. I do what the fuck I want to do. But I would prefer.
Nigga.
I would prefer to date a black man. Yeah, like I don't see myself dating outside of my race. There's no specific reason. I just love black men. Like
All right, I meet one.
that's
criteria.
one. That's one reason. Well, not one reason. That's one preference. I should say. It's a preference. Another one.
He caught it.
I would so I would prefer they be black. You have to be able to consciously hold a conversation.
All right.
And I mean that would be like anything. And I'm not talking like just to sound smart like politics or whatever, like literally how was your day? Discuss that. Did you have any challenges? Like what can you do next time? We can talk about politics if you want. I prefer we not, but we could. You know, just basic everyday conversation, like just be able to hold one period. And I guess if I had to choose another one, and these are in no particular order, and this is not my entire like list of needs. If I had to choose one more, I'd probably say I don't even know. Like this is a good one. This one actually could be a conversation. I want your guys' input. So the conversation of education came up, and best friend thinks that it should be in a sense where she wants like a certain classification of education, but personally I'm a little more minimalistic in a sense where I feel like you can be educated about something that works for you and you can expound upon that idea and it could work for you and you can turn it into a venture. So you don't necessarily have to be like degreed. If you were, cool, but if not,
You gotta have a passion.
you have to have a passion, but I also want to
And
see
be
you
working.
acting on that passion, right?
Oh, I might be in it. No. I'm just-
You know what? Anyway, but that's what I mean. Like, you don't necessarily have to like walk around and say, "I have this piece of paper from this accredited unit." Like, I don't give a crap. I just want you to be like passionate about something. But if you're like laying on the couch all day, which I will not tolerate that, we just wouldn't be together. Then you know something like that. But again, it's no particular order. But it's like three big ones, I guess. Like, yeah,
You don't want no lazy nigga.
Right.
yeah.
No, who
You
wants a
don't want
lazy
no
motherfucker?
crazy nigga.
Like don't be lethargic. I don't have time for you. Because if I'm getting up every morning and I see you still snoring, I'm probably gonna choke you with a pillow before I leave. So I don't know. Like,
Use water.
hey, water?
Yeah.
To
What,
wake
you would
them
have
up.
waterboard him? No,
That would be horrible.
that's what we're doing now. No.
Man, but I feel like I also think. Do you think that to an extent people have the specifications and the needs that they desire based on who they are as a person? Because you always want someone that
I
can.
think most people, for whatever reason, and especially women, I don't think men ain't that deep. They usually want somebody better than them.
Because like people always use the word compatibility, and I'm like, well,
I
to
think-
what extent
No,
though?
I know women that aim extremely fucking high. Most men just
Hot or high?
high.
Oh, you mean like high in terms of like where they are in their lives,
Like,
but
say-
not necessarily like their.
Like a woman might make. I don't know. Let's do something petty. Yeah, it'd be like something like you make like 30, 35,000 a year. They'd be aiming for motherfuckers that make like 75.
So what's your point? I'm missing.
That, I feel like that's when you really go into tax brackets, that's a totally different person than you're used to. That's somebody that probably sits in board meetings versus somebody who's a manager at a specific company or
I
something.
can get down with that. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to see where you were going. It makes sense. Yeah.
That's like somebody. I'm not gonna. With something, let's go from like a digital marketing director who makes something like 40,000. That's the woman. She'll aim for like somebody who's like a board member at a company. Like you're aiming pretty fucking high.
So are you saying that people are petty enough to actually use annual salaries as a means of if it's what they're looking for in a person?
Not
Because
always,
if you
but
are,
I
I
mean in
can't
a
agree with
sense
that.
of
Because I actually have run across a lot of friends of mine that are female that say I prefer he me in this tax bracket, and I'm like, what does that have to do with his characteristics as a person though?
they're looking
And I've
for
had to
somebody to
call
take
them
care
out
of.
because I'm
They
just
want
like,
a nice
wow.
Christmas.
Yeah, they want
I'm
somebody.
like, what does that have to do with like him as a person though?
They want
'Cause,
They don't care. They
like
want.
if I didn't know any better, I think that they'd be a dick, like because it's like
They just want somebody. If I can throw this ass at least once a week and he pay for some fucking bags, they don't give a fuck.
like in a circle.
I mean, if they can.
Okay.
Preferably.
I didn't know. Like maybe a triangle. I don't know. Like who knows?
Hexagon.
You talking
We're
to-
very creative nowadays. So
So you talking to the wrong person. I'm into some other shit.
She said she gonna throw it in a hexagon.
She got skills, okay?
Throw it in a if a girl says she gonna throw it in a hexagon, not a circle, bro, just wife her, bro.
Right.
Real shit.
She got practice.
You two
I ain't gonna ask her
killed me.
I'm not gonna ask her who she learned it from, as long as she does it to me. Okay. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Going to sales.
He said I'm going to Zales, right, Jared, bro? He going to Zales.
I can't with you two.
Yeah.
Y'all kill me.
I think like people do it based off kind of what they're told what they should be looking for versus what they really need. I think people go for, when it comes to relationships, they go for what they want, they go for what they want instead of what they need.
Right.
Because they aren't in tune with themselves enough to know what they need.
I totally agree with
So I feel like they're like, well, he has to have this and have this and have that. Okay, well, that's what your mom told you what you should look for, but what do you actually need as a person, as an individual? So a lot of people get caught up in that shit. And that's why a lot of people are divorced and fucked up out here. And honestly, I think people just need to be in tune with themselves, man.
Yeah.
People just need to have alone time, put the phone down and all this other shit. I know I'm saying that as I'm sending this snap, but
And I feel like people need to, and going in this with all these problems, I still feel like people should own up to it. And then it's easier to figure out when you can navigate through the problem and know what the problem is, it's easier to fix it. Most people are just denying, like, I don't have this problem, and think just because 6-7 years from now it's not that bad, you'll think about it. You'll be like, damn, why was I like this as a person? Even if you have learned from it, you'll be like, damn, okay, why was I like this?
You see what I go through when I think about Mr. Thugnificent?
Hey, man.
What was that?
But you admit to it. I mean, we had that conversation.
What
You're like,
was
okay,
that?
damn, I fucked up.
Y'all could have like fake kidnapped me and been like, they found her in the woods, bro. Like, I mean, like, you guys could have lied and y'all let me stay?
I listed out the problem. You were like, he got me. I'm like, oh, okay. I told you, it was like, hey, they run up in this crib. It's ugly.
It's
only person who can save you.
Did I tell you about the time? Was it Aaron? I think you came with me. Remember that one time when we went to his place and it had been ransacked? Was that you or was that
wasn't
other
me? But
best
you
friend?
pulled me at like 11 o'clock at night to go one time. I'm like,
just to see if he was still there.
yeah, I'm like,
And he wasn't there, was he?
No.
Because he had already moved out.
Yeah.
And that's what he told me later on. So his place was like, it had I been in the wrong place at the right place at the wrong time, it would have been both of our lives. Like, his place got ransacked one time and we found out, and he had told me about it. Thankfully, he wasn't there, and neither was I. But had we both been there, probably wouldn't be sitting here today to tell you the story. Just saying.
yeah.
Like, you know. And it's like, and I thought that was okay.
Yeah. No, on that note, you're safe. This is the end of the goddamn episode.
Okay. I'm here, guys.
So this is the waiting room. I'm Curtis Media.
I'm Dre Grimm.
And I'm Kay Monet. See, we did it right. It's doo-dum-dum or doo-dum-dum, but it's never boom-boom-boom.
We're gonna figure it out one day, goddammit.
Red Pillin.
Uh-oh.
Productions.
Free
June 22nd is gonna start our second season.
Is it?
Yeah.
I found something out today. I didn't know that.
You just don't be in the loop. That's what happens when you get mad at niggas don't text them for like 2 weeks. And on that
It
one,
was like 4 days.
definitely damn near 2 weeks. As of today, it was 2 weeks.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Where have I been?
This is
I've been saving the world. Don't mind me.
yeah. That's what you say.
Let it shine.